It's not, first of all, it's nice to win. Losing sucks, but I know the guys were really disappointed in our first two games, but it wasn't because of lack of effort. It wasn't because we didn't play particularly well. We made some mistakes in the first game. We played better, I thought, in the second. We just didn't make shots. I mean, and that's going to happen. So I tried to tell the guys before this game, I said, look, just relax. Just go out and do what you know how to do, play ball. It's all going to happen. And obviously, they both shot exceptionally well. Jermaine Taylor, who's not here, had a great game for us, shot the ball exceptionally well. He was terrific coming off the bench for us. But, you know, this is why we got these two guys in the freaking offseason to play games like this. This is the kind of games we know they're capable of playing, and hopefully this will be the start of it. We got our bad ones behind us, and we'll be more consistent. So I'm proud of the effort that they put forth, and it's nice. It's just nice to win, especially, you know, back here in Oakland Arena.
Rick, 7A Sports TV, what's it like to come back here? Look, you played here, you're a legend here, you're a Hall of Famer, you're one of the best that ever did it. What is it like coming back in this building as a coach, you know, coaching the team?
I'd rather be playing.
You still want to play?
Hell yeah. No, I don't. I can't play. I mean, that's the thing. I've been trying to get Cube to put the designated free throw shooter rule in. And, I said, you want to be different? I mean, that's a great way to do it because, you know, the free throws, you get the ball back if you make it. And I can come right out of the game. I mean, it's perfect. Obviously, we needed it. We gave away a bunch of points again on our free throws, and that really hurt us, especially in our first game. And we got to make the free throws. I mean, it's really critical to do that because it's so punitive when you get into the bonus. You know, you score a basket and you get a 3-point play, you get a chance to get the ball back. I mean, that's an enormous advantage to be able to take advantage. I don't think we did it as well as we should have. We had them in the bonus a long time in that second half, and we didn't go to the hole and draw some more fouls to have a chance to make the free throws. Fortunately, when we got one, Deshaun knocked it down. We got our 2 points, and that's what you have to do. You just have to play, just like in a regular game, you have to play intelligent. The same thing, you don't foul. You know, and if they're into getting into the bonus and they're in for a shot, we did it once late in the game, which hurt us. You don't foul. Let them get the 2 points. Because if you foul, they get the free throw. And if they make it, they get the ball back. It's too punitive. Let them score the 2 points. Don't foul them. So we made that mistake in the first game, and it really cost us. And so we're learning. It's a learning experience. It's different rules that they're accustomed to playing with. It's different rules for me as coaching. But all in all, it's good. I thought the officials did a much better job of keeping the game under control, not letting it get crazy and just beating people up. You know, would have been happy if they called some reach-ins that they did against us when we did it was a foul. But again, I said you can't worry about the officials. And that's at the end of the game, that last time out when they got it to 2, that's what we talked about. Forget the officials. Let's go out and execute. We went out, we ran a good play, we scored a basket, got it up to 4 points and took control from there. And of course, at the end, Deshaun came through and knocked down some big shots for us to seal the game.
Rick, you have high standards for basketball. What's the level of competition on this floor?
Way better than I thought it was going to be when I joined last year. I was very skeptical, as most people were. But here's the thing. These guys all have a competitive spirit. They all play this game at the highest level possible. And they're not going to go out there and make a fool of themselves. And the big thing is to get themselves in shape and be ready to play. And I know for a fact that these guys in between games, they're going out and they're working. I would guarantee you that I'd like to have $1 for every shot he took since last week, this week for the shot. Because he wasn't shooting the ball well. And I know he's probably more upset about it than anybody else on the team is, because that's the kind of guys that they are. And that's the important thing. But the guys are serious. It's indicative of, look at who joined this year. A lot of names came in. You know, we got the Birdman came in. We got Carlos Boozer came in. You got Baron Davis came in. Nate Robinson. You got a lot of guys who said, wait a second, this is for real. I think I might like to do this. And I think what's going to happen is that you're going to see more and more of that happening as the league continues to grow. So it's great. And how about somebody asking one of these guys a question? Because they're the guys that won the game. I didn't make a shot.
Whenever scores captain, you guys are actually playing. I know there's a lot of pressure, but if we're going to consider the NBA pressure a 10, what level of pressure and importance do you put on these games? Like, what number would you give it?
Well, today was very important just because we were 0-2. So when we get in those type of situations, we want to win. Especially I'm from Fresno, I'm back home, so obviously I want to come back and win the game. But as for me, Andre, like you said, he was the #1 pick. I got moved up to a co-captain, so it's a lot of pressure. Going out there and showing people what we got. And I felt like today he did it and I did it. And it's not like the NBA, but pressure is pressure. Everybody know that. When it's time to get it going, it's time to get it going.
Yeah, I got to answer that because this is like a pet peeve of mine. I can assure you that he didn't feel any pressure. Pressure does not exist in the real world unless you allow it to exist. What's called for, this is a critical situation for our team to go out and perform at a high level. A lot was expected of us, so we have great expectations placed upon you. But what you're asked to do is to go out and do what? What you've trained to do for years and years and years and years. And so you actually relish those opportunities to go out and do that. And you live with it. You're not going to always be successful, but the only time that you'll feel pressure is you lack the confidence in your ability to do what it is you've trained to do. Then pressure becomes a reality. I get sick of listening to the pressure. Pressure this, pressure that. But bullshit. There's no pressure if you're prepared.
Yeah.
Deshaun, Larry Cassani, Nuts and Bolts Sports. Your 3-ball was dropping at the end. How has it been in terms of adjusting to the spacing, playing in a 3-on-3 game as opposed to playing 5-on-5?
The first year was kind of hard, but this is my second year, so I kind of get the flow. But it's definitely a different game with the 14 seconds spacing. You don't want to get too far because it's a harder to pass going from cross court. So it's all timing and playing with the players and understanding who you're playing with.
It's also one thing I have to always judge. I got an opinion. Seriously, is the fact that if you just stand around and go one-on-one and how to take a shot, you're going to get killed. That's where we got ourselves in trouble. When we move and you pass the ball and you move your body is when you get good opportunities because you can catch it and you're open and you get a chance to shoot it without having to shoot it with a guy right up in your face. And that's what happens. And just like you say, we moved it, we did it, we got that great backdoor dunk by, with the great pass from Scal, with the great cut on that one by Jermaine. Those are the kind of things we have to do more of because it's impossible to guard those things. And what I'm trying to tell the guys is one of the things that's like magic. You have to do misdirection in close-up magic. I try to get my defender to think I'm doing one thing when I know I want to do something else. So on that play, Jermaine made a great move, got his man to go this way, and as soon as the guy leaned that way, he back cut and Scal Brady gave him a great pass. That's basketball in its purest form. And if you do that more in 3-on-3, I watched a lot of video before I started doing this at the 3-on-3 World Championships to see the teams that won and what they were doing. Is that you moving, you're passing, and then the bottom line is, even if we did that, you still have to make the shots. The guys make the shots.
Well, follow up with that, how else do you prepare differently for 3-on-3 versus 5-on-5?
Well, because as you say, you got a big court and short and smaller people involved. And what you want to do is you want to try to get some movement, get some cuts, get some screens. It's about being active, and that's the thing I told our guys. We have guys that are relatively young and in good shape, and we can do that, and we can wear a team down if we play smart and do it. Get them into foul trouble, attack the basket. Don't rely on the outside shot exclusively. You get yourself in trouble doing that unless you're having a great game shooting.
Deshaun, you a Cali guy.
Yeah.
Legendary in Fresno.
Yeah.
Take us to the beginning of when you first heard about the Big Three and your perception of it then versus your perception of it now.
When I first heard about it was actually on Instagram. Just saw like AI, Kmart, a couple big names signing, and it caught my eye, and I was like, I want to be a part of this because with anything how the NBA started. I'm not saying this is going to be the NBA, but everything starts early. So to be a part of it from the beginning and see it grow and see guys coming like Nate Robinson, certain guys that's coming, I feel like it's going to get to a big situation. So for me, I'm just happy to be a part of it and early, and I feel like it's going to grow.
Another question for you as a Cali guy. Are the Warriors winning basketball?
I like it because I'm from Cali, so I like everything that they're doing. I support it. You asked the wrong person. I wish they'd whip everybody, but I'm a Cali guy, so I'm Warriors.
Rick?
Makes two of us. I'm happy. You want to kick their butts, beat them as bad as you can. They're indefensible without Cousins, and if Cousins comes back healthy, watch out. And here's the big thing: they have to play Warrior-style basketball. They can't play like they played against the Rockets when they almost blew it, getting caught up in 14 assists, 20 assists, one-on-one garbage. When they play Warriors basketball, now you have a guy. We never had somebody that was the threat in the low post. You got a low post. He can play low post. He can shoot mid-range. He can pass. He can handle it. He can shoot the three. He can rebound. He can block shots. That's a pretty nice center to have on the team.
Hey, Deshaun, you played against a lot of guys in this league before, and I'm wondering, does the scouting report stay the same when it moves to 3-on-3?
I don't think so because I was a defender and spot-up shooter. So I think it's different. I think it's how you were raised. I know me, 3-on-3, I like to score. I wasn't worried about defense. So it's basically your mentality. You see different guys excel in the big three. So it's all the person and type of situation.
Hey, he played a pretty good game too.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what, he got us off to a start because he went down in the post, threw some fouls, he's scoring in there, taking advantage of the mismatch with Banks. So let's let him talk a little bit.
Both you guys can answer this. Are there grudges that you had in the NBA that carry over to this league?
Grudges? No, I wouldn't say that. I just say being a competitor, you want smoke from everybody. You know, you want to fade from everybody. You want to lace them up. Whoever they think is good, you want to play against them. You know, that's about it. That's just competitive nature being a professional athlete. But today's game, all we did was make shots. You know, D. Steve told me today, you know, this is a shooter's gym. He's gonna be ready to shoot. So usually when they go in the post to me and they started double teaming, collapsing, he was wide open. So he was making the shots that he had it going early. So by us moving the ball, we just did what we know how to do. You know, today you just seen how we really play. The last 2 games we just missed shots.
And I think we older now. I'm like 37. If I got a grudge at 37, I ain't grown. So I'm trying to like go play 3-on-3, you know, have a glass of wine and get on the plane. That's what I'm saying.
So LeBron beef is dead?
Oh, I'm done with that. I ain't trying. Oh, I got kids, you know. Just it's all about having fun. You know, my kids was little, so they didn't really get to see me play. So for them to come and have an opportunity to be 37 years old and play, that's the only thing I'm worried about.
One more question, guys.
All right, so you guys have played at the high level.
Yes.
You ever get in awe of a coach like this and then the Iceman on the
Oh,
other
for
side?
sure, you got to. That's disrespect. If these are legends. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for these people. So when he talks, when Ice, when Gary Payton, Dr. J, when you see them people walking around, you gotta look at them as awe. Because I wouldn't be. I played 13 years in the NBA championship. I wouldn't have done that without them. So you gotta give them that respect. I know I do.
Yeah, same here.